Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Cha, your host for today's episode of Voicebox, the official podcast of Voiceiyuu. Last episode, we met one of our members, Nana. Not only is she the current communications and advertising officer in Voiceiyuu, but she's also the current president of JAPSOC. That takes a lot of work actually to be both officers in both organizations. So last episode, Nanda and I got to talk about our favorite seiyus, our favorite characters, a little sidetrack on what her favorite anime was, which is Haikyuu, basically. Right, Nana? Love you, darling. For this week's guest on the next segment, which we call What's in the Box, we have a prominent figure known around the Yuri On Ice fandom here in the Philippines. A figure skater, to be more precise. He has been skating since 2002. Before his retirement as a competitive figure skater in 2010, he had earned 30 gold medals, 8 silver medals, and 5 bronze medals from several local and international competitions. He was the 2010 Asian Junior National Champion and was a member of the Philippine national figure skating team. He is now a high-level figure skating coach at SM Megaball and SM Mall of Asia. Also known to the fandom as the Philippines' very own pork cutlet bowl due to his rendition of the Yuri On Ice Eros, our guest for today's What's in the Box would be Mr. John Samuel Minas, also known as Joel around the fandom. Hello?
Hi, yes.
Okay, we're good.
Yay.
Okay. First of all, let me welcome you to Voicebox. It's the official podcast for Voiceiyuu. Just a little brief background. Voiceiyuu is the official voice acting organization and voice acting pool agency here in UP Los Baños. So
Nice.
we've decided in this podcast is one of our goals is to promote voice acting to the Filipino youth. And what better way in promote than to have guests from different fields, disciplines, and pop culture hobbies, and have them over for a short talk.
Right.
Okay, so let's start off with our very special guest. So first of all, in Voiceiyu, we try to differentiate our day jobs from our voice acting selves. So in a nutshell, who are you?
So, hi, I am Joel Minas. I am a figure skating coach and a ID consultant. Yay.
Yay! You're a coach and a specialist and a consultant. So how did you get into ice skating in the first place?
So, I was really a very naughty kid back then. I started skating when I was 9, and when my mom would bring me to shopping malls, I would be always rowdy and impossible. So she would usually drop me near daycare centers in the mall so that she can drop me there and she could continue to shop. And then there was just this one time that she tried leaving me in a skating rink. And then after that, she was picking me up and I didn't want to go home. So, yeah, I think that's where my love of skating started. And yeah, that's where it all began. I tried doing Milo summer clinics, and then yeah, I started competing. So
That's actually a very cute story. It started
yeah,
from the mall. It's really
yeah, it
cute.
is.
But there's been so many sports aside from ice skating that's more popular right now, like hockey. So
Yeah.
what makes ice skating stand out for you?
Ice skating stands out for me because it's a good balance of athleticism and artistry. I mean, it's not just enough that you can do all those jumps and spins. It's also how you interpret the music and move to your music and through the eyes. So yeah, it's a very interesting sport um, in that concept.
It's actually very similar to a newly added sport to the Olympics. In the Philippines anyway, dance sport has been added in one of the sport events. So,
Right.
do you think it's quite similar in that ice skating can be quite similar to dance sport, or?
Yeah, I hope so. Well, ice skating has been in the Olympics for quite a while now. But yeah, our first exposure to the Olympics in figure skating was when Michael competed in the Sochi Winter Olympics back in 2014. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah, I hope that the trend keeps on. Um, I hope the trend continues, and I hope that we get more delegates from the Philippines to compete in the Olympics. So yeah.
That's actually really nice to think about. Since has there ever been a delegate from the Philippines for ice skating?
Yeah, there has been for a long time now, but not on the competitive level yet. There has been delegations from the Philippines, including myself, for recreational competitions, both here
Oh.
and internationally, but not of that scale. What as the scale that Michael did, none of that scale. But yeah, I hope that, like what I've said, I hope that there would be more people be that would be interested in the sport, and then yeah, hopefully not just Michael will represent, but a lot of people. So
Do you think that ice skating in general is popular in the Philippines?
well, I could I think it's safe to say that it's more popular now, considering that it's getting a lot of media attention, and like with the emergence of Yuri on Ice, it's getting more in, not just for sports enthusiasts, but also lovers of anime,
Aw.
and that's good. And we would like more exposure through, not just through the things I've mentioned, but in all mediums as well, so that a lot of people would know ice skating.
Aw, that's very nice.
Right.
Personally, I've been a fan of skating when I was young.
Oh,
My
nice. Yeah.
my favorite skater was, I don't think many people know her. It's Michelle Kwan.
Oh,
She's
yeah. She's an icon. Yeah. A lot of
yeah,
people.
but I've always wondered why, because one of my classmates was a competing figure skater, but she retired now. And in our school, she was so popular. But if you mention ice skating outside of people who know her, many people are not familiar with ice skating. Why do you think that's the case in the Philippines? Because right now there's a boom of ice
Yeah,
skating, yeah.
definitely.
But before it was barely known, which confuses me.
Yeah, I think that the reason why is it's because we have this kind of notion that the Philippines will always be interested in stereotypical sports that a tropical country would be participated in, like basketball, volleyball, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just not common for a tropical country to like ice skating, since it's not natural for us to have ice,
Of course.
accessible to. And of course, I think the reason why it's not popular, because it's not available before. It's not available in the three major islands. It's only available in Luzon, and yeah, just recently in Cebu, where they opened their first rink. So I think it's not getting exposure because also of the accessibility of ice skating per se. So yeah.
All right. Well, it's nice. It's actually really nice, since I think many people were not from around the world in general were not familiar with ice skating, since
Yeah,
in
yeah.
most media, like the most I can remember from media when it comes to ice skating are the Ice Princess movies.
Yeah, yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah.
That's really true.
So speaking, since I mentioned earlier that my favorite ice skater was Michelle Kwan, still is. How about you? Do you have any ice skating idols in mind at the moment?
Yeah, I really like Yuzuru Hanyu from Japan
Oh,
for male skaters, and I really like the retired Yuna Kim for the ladies, because
oh,
both their qualities that I like the most is, even though that they have had the gold medal in the Olympics and they've reached very far in their skating career, they remained humble, and I really like their attitude towards training, and their discipline, and just I saw how their training and ice skating. I
aw.
saw how they could apply that in real life as well.
How about pair skates? I think I have one. I think I've only liked one pair skate for it's Meryl Davis and Charlie White from the United States.
Yeah, they're good. They're actually good. They're ice dancers, and I think there's a difference, but they're very good ice dancers because they interpret the music very well. If you like ice dancing too, then you should probably like the Shibutanis as well. Maya and
Oh.
Alex Shibutani. I think they're really really good.
I think they also competed in Sochi.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Although, to be honest, I knew of Meryl Davis and Charlie White because of Dancing with the Stars. So
Yeah.
I knew them. I knew them as figure skaters, but I never knew that they could ice dance that well until after I watched the show, which I
I
regret so
see.
much because they're so
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah, they really are. They interpret music very well, and they just have this unison. Um, that's just something that you can teach from a dance pair. Like it has to come out naturally, and they naturally have that. So yeah.
Have you performed many ice dance routines as a pair before?
I did recreationally did a pair routine. I might post it somewhere. I'm not sure, but that was when I was really little. That was way back 2005. I think
Wow.
I was 12 years old back then, so that was a long time ago. Yeah,
Are
but
you not considering on doing it again?
no, not at the moment because my build isn't made for pair skating. I
Oh.
remember an inside joke with me and my skating friends would be I would be the one that's gonna be lifted up, not the girl. So yeah,
That would be a very interesting sight to see, actually,
yeah.
you being lifted up. So since we tackled on about ice skating and your icons, how about your own personal records and routines? Is there a favorite routine you have done, shoving aside the Eros routine you did for the Born to Make History event?
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed Eros. I also did Agape, but yeah, I did a exhibition for Sound of Silence last year for
Oh.
Michael's ice show, and I really liked that routine because it just has so much emotion, and I really like performing that. So yeah,
Is it is it posted somewhere?
yeah, it's on my Twitter account. Yeah, it's Sound of Silence by Disturbed, their
Disturbed.
version.
So you have done Eros, you have also done Agape. Do you have any plans on doing every routine in Yuri on Ice?
Well, not every routine. I have my favorites, and I'm definitely gonna do more when I get more time to do them. It's just I think I can't do everything. I just and that's something for you to watch out for. I'm not gonna spill the beans yet.
But it is confirmed that you are going to do something new. Okay, then
Yeah, definitely.
we will be definitely staying in tune for that since just look at the boom your Eros video has made on the fandom.
Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that at all. Like seriously.
So tell us more about your reaction to that. Like, were you just doing it for recreation, something like that?
Yeah, cause I think a lot of people know this or doesn't know this about me, but I don't really watch a lot of anime. I just watched Yuri on Ice because it's an ice skating anime, and while I was watching it, I got really interested because the moves look really the same, and I was like, hey, I can kind of copy this. So I did it just for the heck of it. I just did it for fun, and I didn't expect the first video that I uploaded to get that much attention. So yeah, I was really shocked.
I think it's also a fact since ice skaters are not that popular in the Philippines, so I think nobody was expecting someone to imitate the routine and post it on the internet. Thus,
Well,
the
yeah, I think
sensation.
that's yeah, I think that's also a factor.
Were you bombarded with tweets, or were people looking for you when that was posted, or what?
Oh yeah, yeah. Nix was looking for me, but yeah, a lot of people are like trying to look for me and tweeting me and messaging me on my private Facebook account. So it was really surreal, that experience. Like I it was just it got to 1 million views, and I'm like, what is this? It's not happening. I couldn't have gotten 1 million views. Like it was just, I couldn't believe that that happened. So
Aw, how very humble of you. But that routine was really amazing. Like,
thank
eh,
you.
my organization, Voiceiyu, we really love Yuri On Ice. Like every time we have meetings or GA General Assemblies, not a meeting goes by where there is no mention of Yuri On Ice and the ice skating video, because
Yay!
yes, because we really love it that much. So okay,
Thank you guys.
so since you mentioned that the only reason you watched Yuri On Ice was because it was an ice skating anime, correct? So how did you
Yeah.
know about it?
I actually have a group of friends that watch anime. They're actually my video game friends that I hang out sometimes over the weekends. And they're really into anime, and they were like, "Hey, since you do ice skating, can you try checking this out?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I did, and I really liked it.
Aw. Were you watching it weekly or did you wait for it to finish before
Oh
before
no, I was actively anticipating the next episode to arrive. Like, oh
Aw.
my god, 1 week more.
Well, I think you weren't the only one who was crying from every cliffhanger that happened in the series.
Yeah, and the
Aw.
episodes were like, it was just, the cliffhangers are so frustrating. Like you couldn't wait for the next one. So
Aw.
it yeah.
So, okay, so we talk about how you knew about Yuri On Ice. Are you familiar with Ginban Kaleidoscope?
Not really, but yeah, I have heard of it.
Okay, because it's a lesser known anime about ice skating.
Oh yeah, it's the girl, right?
Yes,
This
that
time it's a
one.
girl that's a protagonist. Yeah,
Yes.
I think I've seen an episode. I think the first one, but yeah, it just didn't click. I don't know why, but I think the realism of Yuri on Ice kind of what draw me into it. So
So, what are the things you like about Yuri On Ice?
aside from its realism, like I told this during my talk during the convention, and
Uh-huh.
one of the things that I liked about it is that aside from it being real, skating wise and visually, it also tackles the same issues that a figure skater would actually encounter, like the pressures of competition, the rivalry, the training that you need to get to go through to make it to the top, trusting your family, your coach, trusting yourself,
Of
so
course, yourself.
for you to be able to do good in competition. So those things are. It's not just a cartoon. It's a real depiction of. It's a reflection of what we skaters go through. Well, what I went through on a daily basis when I was when I was really competitive. So it was really. It's like a throwback to my skating career, and just seeing that materialize into something that I could watch was really enjoying. It was really
Aww.
an enjoy. I really enjoyed watching it.
When I actually first watched Yuri On Ice, the first thing that popped into my mind was how were they going to handle the pressure of animating figure skating scenes, because that is not an easy job,
Oh yeah,
especially the
definitely.
opening.
Yeah. It was. It's really hard by itself because you're rotating in the air and you have to make certain rotations, and I don't know how they animated that at all. That was really that took a lot of talent for them to be able to do that. And since I watch a lot of skating, like skating competitions, and I saw a lot of elements there that was derived from real skaters doing the exact jump or spin. So the fact that they could mimic that in an anime was really commendable. I really liked that.
I was actually discussing with one of my friends back then how they were so confused because they have announcers in the show, right? And they'll be mentioning
Yeah.
triple salco, triple lutz, toe loops,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
they were like, they're all jumps. Why are they all so different?
Yeah, they
but
are different. Yeah, they
but when you're
are.
going to actually watch the show, the foot movements, they're actually pretty accurate.
They are. The jump entries are really accurate. That's because that separates the jumps from that separates the jumps, the entries. So if you notice, they rotate similarly in the air. It's just the entry that's different. That's what makes the jump different.
Yeah.
So the fact that they could mimic that as well is really good.
So I have a question, because
Sure.
some people were asking me that, but since I haven't experienced competitive figure skating, so I don't know. I've There are some people who told me that the Salco was one of the easiest routines, but in the show Yuri was having a hard time landing one. So in your opinion, what was up with the discrepancy with that?
Yeah. The reason why Yuri had a hard time with that is because Yuri was attempting a quad salchow. A salchow, uh, the salchow is actually the easiest jump. It's also I think, one of the lowest jumps in terms of base value in terms of points.
Aw.
But what makes it hard is because he's attempting a quad, and not a lot of guys even now in figure skating in real life can do a quad jump. Just imagine doing four rotations in the air and landing on one foot. So that's really difficult. But yeah, if the triple salchow compared to a quad salchow, the difficulty is like it's really far. Like, yeah, it's
There's
yeah.
really a huge gap when it comes to executing a triple from a quadruple.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good that you kind of get that. Because yeah, it might just seem like it's just one rotation, but it's either you do a quad salchow, or you get under rotated and get less points, or you get downgraded and get the base value of a triple salchow, which is much lower, and then you get mandatory deductions. So yeah, it's really difficult.
I've seen YouTube videos where figure skaters are attempting to do 5 loops in a jump.
Oh yeah, five rotations in the air. I think the closest that anyone got to there was Yuzuru Hanyu attempting a quad axel, because that's 4.5 rotations. But I haven't seen anyone do a 5 rotation jump yet. But yeah, maybe in the future, maybe we will get to see that. But yeah, a quad axle is the closest we got from a 5 rotation jump at the moment.
That's actually pretty amazing. The skaters are practically defying gravity.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's just amazing how, like, the accuracy and the strength that they need to to lift themselves up off the ice and land on one foot and absorb 7 times their body weight. That's intense.
Intense indeed, because the most I've gotten in ice skating is just walking on the ice, and that's already really difficult for me. That's same, right? I'm so envious of people who can actually glide on the ice so easily, because it looks so
Yeah.
beautiful, it looks so graceful, but when you actually start doing it on your own, when you're actually trying to walk for the first time,
Uh huh.
I think you need support for your bottoms because you're gonna slip every time. No.
Yeah, and that's my frustration. I remember growing up because I used to watch a lot of skating videos before I actually skated, and they make it look so easy. So like going inside the ring, I have like this confidence in me, like, hey, I can do the same stuff that they were doing. And then I step on the ice, and I'm like, wow, what am I doing? I'm like in a different world. Why do I keep slipping? It doesn't look like what I've watched. So yeah.
That's actually pretty surprising since uh no, I thought you were a natural talent.
Yeah, well, we will all go through that one way or another. I mean, that's what happened to me when I was starting skating.
uh, okay, so we've talked about what the things you like about Yuri on Ice. Were there any scenes that hit you the most in the fields, or something that really stuck to you in the whole series? Or a favorite
Um,
scene, something like that? Hmm?
Does it have to be inspirational
No,
or
just something that it can be scenes for all I know. Just the scenes that you really like the most. Or
I really like the scene um uh, where Yuri just came home from Rostelecom
uh-huh.
and they were in the airport and then he was so excited to see Victor. And
Uh they were
they
uh-huh, they were
ran
running.
towards each other, and that's where they said that that's where Victor said that I hope you never
Aww.
retire.
I think everyone. I think that was the most heartwarming scene in the series. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it was so nice.
Yeah, I think if it feels, I like the scene more than the kiss at episode 7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, because that scene, I think that scene was the most surprising scene of all because I've watched a lot of sports animes which has a really lot of subtext, but this is the first anime that really full blown show that we have an actual gay couple in love on an ice skating anime. That
Yeah.
was. Were you surprised as well, or were you expecting
Yeah,
it?
I was surprised that it came to that point already, and I'm like bawling. It was so. Oh my goodness, it was so unexpected. It was so unexpected.
But if it comes to, let's say, as a skater, were there any scenes that inspired you to do skating or something of the sort?
I well, there are a lot of times where um Victor was trying to get through Yuri and trying to make him a better skater. But yeah, I think the scenes that made me feel as such are those that when Victor would give Yuri ideas on how to better himself and Yuri acting upon it and finding out like for example his eros or something like that. So
Yeah.
I like how it's not just one sided. I think that Yuri improved as a skater and Victor improved as a person as well through Yuri. So I liked how mutual their growth was in the anime.
Aw, mutual growth indeed. Like, who knew Yuri could go from a very anxiety filled guy to landing
To
in.
second in
Yeah.
Grand Prix, yeah,
Actually,
redeeming himself.
Actually, I'm still upset that he won. That Uriel won, not him,
Yeah,
by less
yeah.
than how many
A
points?
point. I think it was really close.
It was
Point something.
point
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I was a bit upset about that.
Yeah.
We need season 2.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
need season 2 so Yuri can redeem himself.
The Blu-rays are selling well in Japan. It's gonna be confirmed season 2, I'm sure of it.
Yay.
Who are your favorite characters on Yuri on Ice?
Well, aside from Victor and Yuri, of course, I really like Pichit, I guess. Yeah, cause I relate to him also just like Yuri. What I like about Pichit is because he knows when to take things seriously when it comes to like focus and mindset. And aside from that, he also knows how to have fun. And I like how he's just friendly with a lot of people. And I think me and Pichit have a lot of common in terms of character. We're both very bubbly and we like taking pictures. So
Do you also have a lot of hamsters?
I have a like a stuffed hamster in my house.
Maybe we'll no, we'll wait for the real hamsters. No, I'm joking. What about others aside from Pichit? Are there any else?
Who else? I also who else? I think that's it. I think that's it. I think Victor, Yuri, and Pitchit are my top three. I don't really like the others just because their characters are on the extremes. Like Chris is too sensual, and Yurio's too like
Aggressive?
aggressive,
Okay.
and you know,
I,
so
I'm actually surprised you mentioned Chris of all people.
yeah,
Yeah, but I can see why he can be a bit too invading your privacy. No.
yeah, to everything. It's just over the top.
I think there were actually mixed reviews when his routine came out. Like I think a good portion of the fandom loved it, a good portion of the fandom hated it, and a portion of the fandom found it really, really, really weird.
Weird, yeah. There's a weird side to Yuri On Ice, which is quite appealing actually. I mean, it keeps the show interesting.
I actually found it interesting though that the one of the I've noticed when I was watching the show that many people really disliked JJ at the beginning when he was first introduced. But
Yeah,
then by the end of the
because
show, people
yeah,
really liked him.
yeah.
from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because JJ was a little bit cocky, I guess, and a lot of people didn't really connect to that. And I think that's good because there are people like there are competitors in ice skating that are just like that. They are really full of themselves and they are talented, but when the pressure kicks in, then they just drop. And yeah, that's what happened to him, unfortunately.
I think so many people related it to that move because at the beginning he was so arrogant, he was so calm, but then the actual competition came and he ruined his both routines. I think he
Yeah,
ruined
yeah,
both routines out
yeah,
of anxiety or nervousness.
yeah. Nervousness, I guess.
Oh, that was just so sad.
Yeah,
My
pressure.
personal favorite character actually are the girls. Though I wish they had more screen time. I wish they had more screen
Yeah.
time because
I wish they had times there where they just skate. There were moments there that they were actually skating, not just pictures of them skating. You know?
actually because I love how Mila was so I can't say aggressive, but she was definitely not gentle. Yeah, but like she
Yeah.
can stand on toe to toe with a prodigy like Plisetsky, and then you have Sarah who I don't know who she actually likes in that show because she's looking everywhere. I like how she's
Yeah.
so calm. It's like she's the perfect foil for Mila because she's the gentle one, the kind one. And actually, when I first watched Yuri on Ice, because let's be honest, most sports animes never feature players of the opposite sex when it comes to their sports.
Uh huh.
Haikyuu, you barely see the volleyball players, and Kuroko no Basket, there's no female basketball players. So it was very refreshing to see top ranking female ice skaters in the anime.
Maybe it's because Ginban Kaleidoscope already got that, but they failed. So
But
sorry.
that's a sick burn. That's a very sick burn. Okay, so that let's move to the more fun questions that I've got listed here. So
Oh no.
so the first one is I think you already answered this one actually. If you were to have a best friend from the show, who would it be and why?
It would be Yuri or Pichit.
Because
Because we would talk about a lot of stuff and we would instantly click since we're at the same kind of fun level. You should, I think you should say. So yeah, I
okay.
think that would be fun.
Next then, if you were to have a coach from the show, who would it be and why?
It would be Lilia. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
No, I don't like Lilia. So
Oh
I would
yeah.
have Victor, of course. I mean, I actually relate to the teaching style of Victor because he's really comical when he teaches, and I'm kind of the same thing. I'm not like the very put together coach that you really look up to and you get really scared. I'm more of like the comical coach, I guess, and I kind of relate to that with Victor. So yeah.
So you're more laid back, you're more relaxed in teaching, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And I rarely get mad at my students.
Aww. So do you also choreograph routines for others?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I do.
Yeah, that's really wow. That's really cool. You're a jack of all trades now.
I guess so.
Okay, next question. If you were to marry someone in Yuri on Ice, who would it be and why?
I would marry Victor, of course.
You are a total Victor. You're a total Victor
I would marry
boy.
Victor. Oh yeah, I'm a Victor fanboy.
Why? Because do you really think Victor's the marrying type?
Yeah. Yeah, me and Nix would agree. But yeah, there's something about Victor that's really nice because he could be really funny and really serious, and he knows when to do that, and he's very caring, and stuff, and sort of
And
mysterious
stuff.
and gorgeous. Yeah.
And
So
gorgeous.
yeah, he can do a quad flip, and then he can do that. So
Okay, oh yes, the quadruple flip. His signature move, am I correct?
yeah, yeah.
His signature move. Okay then. If you were to have a child in Yuri on Ice, who would it be and why?
A child?
Yeah, someone you would treat like your son or your daughter.
Yuri, I guess. Yuri presents me as my kid.
Why?
It would be nice to reprimand a brat, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
a brat.
a spoiled brat.
Well, at least don't you think he's already a bit grilled already since he already has his coach, he already has Lilia.
Nah, I think he needs a little bit more whipping. Yeah. He can take it anyways.
Okay then, would you rather be JJ's fiance or Chris's boyfriend?
JJ's no, Chris's boyfriend. I'd rather be Chris's boyfriend than JJ's fiance.
Why?
Well, I don't like how JJ's so arrogant, and he makes promises that are really that could be broken, just like what he promised his fiance that when I win the gold medal, we'll get married. And what if it doesn't happen? Then you won't get married, stuff like that. I'll be JJ's
Aw.
fiance. Okay, Dix will be JJ's fiance. I'll be Chris's fiance. I'd rather have Chris. Yeah.
Even though he's very sensual.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I could handle that.
Okay, you can handle that. I believe in you, Sergeant. Okay then. Next question is, who is more JJ? I actually got this from Twitter. Who is more JJ, Pichit or JJ?
I think, yeah, I think Pichit would be more Jeje. Pichit would be more Jeje.
Why?
Be more of the teenage Jeje kid, and JJ would just be JJ. He would just be arrogant.
So that's where we differ because when we were asked that on Twitter, all three of us, me, Dep, and Maurice answered JJ. Yeah.
Because it's Jeje style.
Yeah, because it's Jeja style. Oh, I think this one is an interesting one. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think Victor? Do you think Victor never had a girlfriend prior to Yuri?
I don't think so.
Why?
Because being Victor and being as good as he is, and him being really focused on training, I don't think he'd have time for a relationship.
So maybe he can only have a relationship if it's related to ice skating, perhaps.
Perhaps, or maybe when he's retired or not competing anymore, or just doing shows and stuff.
Okay, then that's actually very interesting.
Yeah, from a realistic point of view, I mean, yeah, if you're at that caliber, you wouldn't have time for love life. So
Okay, next fun question. Oh, this one's interesting. Would you rather have Chris choreograph your routine or have Sungil design your costume?
No, I don't want to be a bird man. This is so hard.
But it's
Okay.
fun, right?
But not the short program one though. Ew. Looks like it came from Rio. Just kidding. I'd rather have Chris choreograph my program. You know why? Because I can always tone it down under competition. Yeah.
So you'd rather have a sensual routine than have A Birdman costume.
Yeah, than a Birdman costume. I'd rather have a sensual routine and pull it off than a really nice program and get fun of because of my costume. And
Okay.
make, yeah.
That's but I think it's really hard to choose between those two choices. Anyway.
Yeah, it is.
So next question is, who would you have as a clingy ex? Georgie or Mickey?
Oh my goodness, where are these questions coming from?
Because they're fun.
I don't. Oh my god, Georgie, the eyeliner guy. Oh my goodness, the eyeshadow guy.
Yes.
I'd rather have. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I'd choose Georgie.
Why?
I don't know because he's really sweet, I guess.
But this is a clingy
But-
ex we're talking about. You'd rather have Georgie as a clingy ex?
Yeah. Well, I have no choice, don't I?
You'd rather have him over Mickey?
Huh?
You'd rather have Georgie over Mickey?
Yeah, I
Why?
would. I don't know. I think yeah, Mickey's kind of like your typical clingy ex, and I'd like a bit of a challenge.
A bit of a challenge.
He wants Georgie to choreograph routine.
Oh my god. Okay, I think the next questions are a bit easier. Which of the two female skaters do you prefer? Mila or Sarah?
I really like Mila, I guess. Because Mila is sort of patterned to Ashley Wagner, and I
Uh-huh.
really love Ashley Wagner. I like her pizzazz.
Wow, her pizzazz.
Yeah, I really like her attitude on the ice. She's not your typical classical skater, and that's what I like about her.
Aww. That's actually, oh, that's really sweet. Okay then, if you were to choose who to have as a partner in an ice dance, choose between, oh my god. Okay, you have to choose between you're gonna be lifted up by Georgie or you're gonna lift up Minami.
I'm gonna be lifted up by Georgie, or I'm gonna lift up Minami. Right?
Yes.
I'd rather lift up Minami, I guess.
Okay then, so why the cute little McNugget child?
What? Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Why did you choose that one, that option?
Because that would be more acceptable, I guess. It would be really weird to be thrown by a guy with deep black eyes, with raccoon
Why
eyes.
are you judging?
It's just a pet peeve of mine. It's just so wrong.
Wow, it's so wrong to wear that much makeup.
No, it's just so wrong for his face. and if you like in the Japanese dub,
Yeah.
Georgie's voice is so deep, and he looks like a clown, like a distressed clown. It's just so disturbing. But yeah, there's no choice.
Well, I think you're in the situation you're choosing the lesser of two evils.
The lesser of two evils. Yeah.
Also, you mentioned that Georgie's Japanese voice actor's voice was very deep, right? It's hard to imagine that he's also the singer of the ending song in the anime.
Oh wow, really? I didn't know that.
It's
Wow.
one and the same. It's one and the same.
Wow. Nice.
Okay, last question for the fun question round. It doesn't relate to Yuri on Ice.
Okay.
It doesn't relate to, but I don't know. I think it's just fun to answer. Okay,
Mhm.
I don't know how you're gonna answer this though. If olive oil was made from olives, what is baby oil made from?
Fetuses. Just so to make the answer different.
Yeah.
Embryos.
I think that's very morbid to think about.
That is good. Well, you put it out there. So.
Okay, and that's the end for the second segment, which is what's in the box. Okay, so in a short while, I think a minute or two, we'll start with the third segment, which we call Voice It. Yeah.
Oh no.
In this segment, we're going to ask the guest, you, Mr. Minas, to do impressions of characters or archetypes we've picked out. since it's an on-the-spot game, I've sent no character, hardly any characters on your side. So I'm really awaiting what kind of impressions you will do in a minute or so.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Can I pass if I don't know the thing?
Well, but why are you gonna pass? This is a very rare opportunity for you to explore your voice acting skills.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
I'm really put on the spot here, but yeah, I'm gonna try my best.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Hello.
Alright, and we're back!
Hi.
Okay, so we have our guest here, Mr. Joel Minas, to do the game for our third segment, which we call Voice It. So again, in this segment, we're going to ask the guest to do impressions or of characters or archetypes we've picked out, and it's a on-the-spot game. So I'm really excited on how you're gonna do all these different characters. Okay. Okay, so let's start off with a very easy round. Okay. Okay. Randomizer. The first, make an impression of a 50-year-old man.
A 50-year-old man. Well, I like to talk about golf and nice wine.
Is
Yeah.
is that how you know? Is that how you know about 50-year-old men? Like they like to talk about golfs and wine.
Yeah, they like the finer things in life.
Oh wow. Okay then. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's Joel Mina's impression of a grandfather. Of a 50-year-old man. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, we're gonna step up the difficulty for each character. Don't worry, there are only like a total of 6 characters here. You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine. Okay, so you start with an easy one, which is a 50-year-old man. Next,
That was easy?
yes, that was easy.
Oh my goodness.
We do this all the time in Voiceiuu since we're voice actors. So we're gonna give you a taste of what we actually do.
Okay.
Okay. So give me an impression of a 7-year-old boy.
But Mom, I wanna go to the theme park. Can you leave me at the ring? I wanna skate.
That's so cute. Is that you in your younger self?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, to leave you at the rink. Okay then. The third tier is you're going to sing happy birthday while crying.
Are you serious?
I am.
Okay.
This is still an average difficulty.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's enough.
That's so cute. That's so cute. That's so cute. Okay then. Okay, so that's a third character. So
3 more.
okay, the fourth character is actually a little simpler than the third one. Okay,
Okay.
you have to sing Bahay Kubo while laughing.
What?
I told you it gets harder at each question.
Bye. Cool. That was so hard.
But the point of those exercises actually was to actually explore those emotions. You see, because
Ooh.
usually you act different when you're a 50-year-old man, and you act different when you're gonna act as a 5-year-old boy.
Oh.
At the same time, you're gonna act different if you're gonna cry while singing or laugh while singing.
I get it.
Those are very different experiences, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
We really strive to be holistic in learning about voice. I think it's actually amazing because in Yuri On Ice there are so many different voice actors there.
Yeah, a lot of voice acting.
Yeah, I think if Junichi Sowabe wasn't the voice actor for Victor, he wouldn't be as popular as he is now, to be honest.
Yeah.
His voice fits so perfectly.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Actually, all of them did a good job.
I know, right? That's actually pretty amazing. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll also be part of a Filipino anime about ice skating.
Ah, let's see. That'll be fun.
Okay. Okay, so that was the okay. So the fifth one you're doing is you gotta okay. I'm gonna act like a high school girl, and you have to. It's your choice whether you're gonna accept it or not. What I'm gonna do. It's your
Okay.
choice how you're gonna respond. Okay.
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 Yeah, shoot.
Okay. uh um senpai. These are chocolates for you because I really like you. Would you please accept them?
Sorry, I'm for Victor. I don't accept chocolates from girls.
That was actually pretty amusing. I wasn't expecting that at all. Or maybe I should have because you're such a Victor fanboy.
Well, that's what Yuri would have said.
He's taken. Okay. Okay. The last count, the sixth one, we reserved that as some sort of slot for you to do an impression of your favorite character of the show we talked about in this podcast. So, for the sixth character, please do an impression of one of your favorite characters in Yuri on Ice, whether it be Yuri or Pichit or Victor.
Um, there's so much eros in that program. I think it might impregnate me.
Okay then.
Be my coach.
Okay. I think that was that
Wow.
wow. Clap your hands everybody for Joel Minas budding voice actor. You know, just out of curiosity on my part, were you able to watch the Tagalog dub we showed at the con?
Yeah, but just a little snippet of it because I had to go back to the dressing room since I was really tired from taking all of those pictures. But yeah, I did watch some of it. Yeah, and I heard the fans screaming backstage. So
Just to segue, we were my org actually are a bit afraid of the feedback back then because there's a stigma in the Philippines that all dubs are bad, especially Tagalog dubs. Like when you
Yeah.
mention Tagalog dub to any person, they're gonna judge you right away. Which
yeah,
uh
I get it.
yeah, so how about you? What's your stance? Just to get a quick opinion on what you think on Tagalog dub, since the topic of Yuri on Ice having a Tagalog dub was raised in the con. Oh, what's your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion on it is, it's just like any other animated movie, or any movie for that matter. For it to reach a lot more audience, to make it more colloquial, I guess. It's I think dubbing it to your native language is a really good thing because there are parts in the anime that you could put a colloquial twist, I guess, and it would be more relatable to the viewers watching from that nation. So I have nothing against Tagalog dubs or any dubs for
Aww.
that matter. I mean,
Aww.
it's really hard, and I really appreciate the work that you guys do because it's not that easy. I mean, it's really difficult to do what you guys do, to like follow the lines and follow how it's said and translating it to your native tongue, but at the same time keeping the emotions, of keeping the integrity of the emotions. So that's really good, and it just gives a little bit more flavor to the anime, something that will make you watch it twice. So yeah, I think that's a really good, and I have nothing against that at all.
Aw, thank you so much. We were so afraid of people giving us backlash on the spot at the con because of that. Especially since so many people love the original voice actors of Yuri on Ice, that we were actually very nervous to put it on stage and show it to the crowd.
Yeah. No, I mean, you guys did a really good job, actually.
Paging Ram.
Props to
Ram
you
Edward.
guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Here's to me hoping that there'll be more anime about ice skating actually. And more dubs and more Tagalog dubs about it in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, segue aside, what did you think of the game?
It was really I was caught on the spot and I didn't know what to say because I'm not used to doing these kinds of games, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's really different from what I'm used to, and different is good. So yeah, I really enjoyed
Did
it.
you also enjoy the fun questions in the interview?
Oh yeah, I have no idea where you got those from, but yeah, those are some really tough questions.
You have to thank the Yuri On Ice fandom. Some of them really come up with the funniest questions.
Yeah.
Some of them were from the fandom themselves.
That's good.
And
Really
we're
clever
yeah.
ones too.
Yeah, and we're approaching almost the end of the podcast. Let's take that. Again, I would like to thank you, Mr. Joel Minas, for actually accepting this invitation out of the blue to join the podcast.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem. It's been a pleasure. I had so much fun.
Since you're still lying low for now, where can we follow you? Like Facebook, Twitter, yeah.
So yeah, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/jsminasofficial. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, JSMinas. So yeah, hope to see you guys there. Yeah, and YouTube also. So I'm on YouTube as Mr. Joel Minas.
Oh yeah, you said you were planning to post something soon, right? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm actually actively posting on all of my social media, so follow me on all of those, and yeah, see you guys there.
Okay, so I have last two questions
Yeah.
before we end this. So can we have you again on a future episode for
Of
the voice
course.
for Voicebox? Oh my god, that's amazing.
No
yeah,
problem.
maybe this time we'll have harder characters for you to voice.
Oh no, you guys. Consider this the last. No.
Please don't.
I'm kidding.
I think you also had fun doing the
Oh yeah, definitely. I had some
yeah, the senpai one. Yeah, I think yeah. Okay then. And the last question is, what would you like to say to all your fans out there?
Oh my god, it's so surreal to hear that, fans. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, if there are any fans out there,
I'm definitely a fan right here.
I'd like to thank you all for your support, and I hope you continue to support not just me but also Philippine skating, support Filipino dubs,
Aw,
also
thank
support
you.
anime, support uh, everything that this fandom stands for, because we have a long way to go before season 2, and it's our responsibility to keep the flame burning, I guess, till then. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Minas. Please have a good evening, and I hope you enjoyed you enjoyed your time with us tonight.
Yeah, me and Nix had a wonderful time. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. See you on the next one.
I'll see you at the next level.
See you next level. Bye.
Bye.
And there you have it, folks. Too near. And there you have it, folks. That was episode 2 of Voicebox. Please make sure to follow us on Twitter at VoiceiyuuPLB, and be sure to like us on Facebook at Voiceiyuup. I'll leave all the links in the description below. Thank you so much for listening, and if you have any suggestions for other guests in future episodes, please don't be shy to drop us a PM or a message, or actually just reach out to whatever social media account we have, because we're all open to suggestions. This has been Cha, one of your hosts for Voicebox, the official podcast for Voiceiyuup, signing out. Thank you for listening!